In the summer of 1940, Britain was outnumbered. The Luftwaffe had more aircraft, more experienced crews, and the momentum of victory across Europe. By every visible measure, Britain should have fallen. But the Battle of Britain was not decided by what could be seen, not by a single aircraft, not by heroic dogfights alone, not even by pilots willing to die. It was decided by something invisible, a system, a network of machines, people, and decisions working together in real time. Radar, ground control, fighter command. This was not a weapon of destruction. This was a weapon of information, and it changed warfare forever. Britain had a fundamental weakness. It could not afford to waste pilots. Every trained RAF fighter pilot took years to replace. Germany could rotate crews, withdraw damaged units, and attack again. Britain had no such luxury. If British fighters were scrambled too late, cities burned. If scrambled too early, pilots exhausted, fuel wasted, planes lost. The margin for error was razor thin. Britain didn't need more planes. It needed perfect timing. Before the war even began, Britain quietly built something revolutionary. Along the eastern and southern coasts stood tall steel towers, strange skeletal structures. They were called Chain Home, the world's first integrated early warning radar network. These stations didn't track individual fighters like modern radar. They did something simpler and far more powerful for the time. They detected incoming enemy formations, direction, approximate altitude, distance, speed. This information arrived minutes before the enemy crossed the coast. Those minutes were everything. Radar didn't win dogfights. Radar decided whether a dogfight happened at all.
Radar data alone was useless unless it could be understood. So Britain created something unprecedented, a centralized command and control structure. At Bentley Priory, Fighter Command Headquarters, information flowed inward. Radar operators reported contacts. Observers from the Royal Observer Corps filled in gaps inland. Telephone lines connected the entire country. Inside operations rooms, women from the Women's Auxiliary Air Force, WAFs, plotted enemy movements on massive maps using colored markers. This was not chaos. This was choreography. From here, commanders could identify real threats, ignore decoys, decide which squadrons to launch, decide when to launch them. No guesswork, no panic, only decisions. Fighter Command was divided into groups, then sectors. Each sector controlled a handful of airfields and squadrons. When enemy bombers were confirmed, sector controllers gave direct orders to pilots. Altitude to climb, heading to intercept, timing to engage. Pilots didn't roam the skies hoping to find the enemy. They were guided. This meant fighters launched only when needed. Fuel was conserved. Pilots arrived at the correct height, not climbing under fire. Squadrons could be reused multiple times per day. Germany saw British fighters appear magically over targets. In reality, nothing was random. Everything was timed. Germany had radar, but it didn't have a system. The Luftwaffe believed radar towers were just early warning devices, not the nervous system of British defense. They attacked a few stations early on, but radar masts were hard to destroy. Equipment was often underground, and damaged stations were repaired within hours. Most critically, Germany never grasped Fighter Command's structure. They assumed Britain was scrambling everything it had. They didn't realize Britain was choosing when to fight. Britain was rotating exhausted pilots. Britain was absorbing blows strategically. So Germany changed targets, from airfields to cities. That decision saved Fighter Command. Germany had more aircraft, but Britain used fewer planes more effectively. Radar and control meant one squadron could fight twice or 3 times a day.
pilots rested between sorties. Aircraft maintenance was prioritized intelligently. This was industrial warfare applied to the air. The Luftwaffe bled strength continuously. Britain bent, but did not break. The Battle of Britain was not won by brilliance in the cockpit alone. It was won by engineers who built chain home, operators who read green radar screens, plotters who moved wooden markers, controllers who made cold decisions under pressure. This was modern war, not hero versus hero, system versus system. Germany fought bravely, Britain fought smart. Every modern air defense system descends from this moment. AWACS, Integrated Air Command, network-centric warfare, all of it began here. The Battle of Britain proved one thing beyond doubt. Wars are no longer won by weapons alone. They are won by information. And in 1940, Britain mastered it first.